You want to be the star of the show then, do you, Shadzi? Hello, and welcome back to T.H.CooneyArt. Oh, sorry. Welcome back to T.H.CooneyArt. Sorry it's taken me so long to upload another video about one of my prop replications, but I do so many other things and I can never decide which one to do. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my replication of the Marauder's Map from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. First, let's give a big shout out to Mirafora Mina and Eduardo Lima, I hope I pronounced those correctly, sorry if I didn't, the genius graphic designers at Warner Brothers Studios who designed this map. Massive congratulations. As with the Sao Feng map video, you can check it out in this link here. This is the 7th or 8th attempt at making this map. The first attempt was cartridge paper, and it was folded in all the wrong places, the dimensions were wrong, and the whole thing was drawn in pencil and looked nothing like the prop from the movie. So I remade the map again and again and again, getting better each time. The third attempt was real progress, the fourth attempt was a major step forward, and the latest version took a really long time because I really put my heart and soul into making it look exactly like the prop from the movie. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those versions with me because they're either lost or thrown away. Don't throw your art away. You listening to me? Even if it's rubbish, keep it! In the second or third attempt, I really experimented with dyeing the paper to make it look like parchment paper. You can imagine I used coffee. Unfortunately, it was a bit too strong and the paper ended up looking like brown wrapping paper. Maybe I should have used tea. Well, I did, and that looked much better. Also in the second attempt, the buildings on the front here looked nothing like the ones from the prop in the movie. They were kind of very square and looked like office blocks. And all the mapping and layout in the entire map was completely guesswork. I had no idea what I was doing. Now the third or fifth attempt, can't remember which one, was a real turning point. I really made sure that it was identical to the prop, but there were still areas that I had trouble on, like the ribboning across the top here. There weren't very many good shots of that in the movie, and there were hardly any at all on the internet, so this is partly guesswork. But a part that really helped me was some people who have put videos on YouTube of the prop they'd bought from Noble Collection or Warner Brothers shop. Thanks guys. And getting the writing correct was difficult as well. In the end I had to learn a bit of Latin. Now this is the latest version. It was made from watercolour card, so it was a little difficult to fold, but scoring took care of that. I learned a technique called cross-hatching at college, which is a form of shading by simply drawing criss-crossing lines across certain areas to create shading. This was ideal for this artistic ribboning and other shaded parts like the sides of the towers and walls. Obviously, due to the fact that the whole thing is drawn in ink, I had to sketch it out with pencil first to make sure I make no mistakes. The island illustration down here consists of nothing but written word, Latin to be precise, which is what makes this Marauder's Map such a unique piece of art. Not a single wall or layout is a solid line, it's all writing. In the previous version to this one, and all others for that matter, I couldn't be asked to write all the walls, so they were just scribbles. But I gradually realised how terrible that looked, and I thought, come on, if I'm going to replicate this thing, at least make it accurate. It took a long time and a lot of effort, and a bit of physiotherapy afterwards. Originally I used your average fine liners from W.H. Smith to do the ink work on these, but they were pretty poor. The black area here, they just kept on leaving streak marks and impressions where I put the pen. But then I learned about rotary isograph technical pens in college, and these are brilliant. I recommend these for any ink art that you might be doing, any pen work that you might be doing. If you want to see their shop, click on the pen. Sorry. Click on the pen, go on. Just kidding. Click on the pen. Now let's put it over here. Click on the pen. Okay, I'll stop now. Intricate, top quality, good performance pens that can be used for technical drawing and of course comic book art if you like that sort of thing. Click on the pen if you want to see rotary isographs buying options. The shipping is good as well. They ship in less than 24 hours. And if you don't live far away, usually it arrives the very next day. It's pricey, but it's worth it. And one of the best things about these pens is that the cartridges are interchangeable. I'm not going to pull that out unless I want ink everywhere, but you can just pull these cartridges off and fill them with any colour you like. any of these from your art shop like Hobbycraft or elsewhere. Anyway, back to the map. I fine-combed the films and trawled through the internet to find images and references for the map, and stipulated this layout from them. As I completed versions, I developed a style that continued throughout the map, such as calligraphic writing and elegant serifs, rather than a brutish block writing approach. I believe this area is the main tower, perhaps one of many floors. I don't know how the map would show all the floors of Hogwarts Castle. You've got various rooms across here, including the famous Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. Over here is more of the infrastructure, such as the Transfiguration classroom, advanced arithmetic over there, confiscated brooms. This is the area that Harry unfolds to reveal Peter Gret. This is the area that Harry unfolds to reveal Peter Pettigrew wandering around. I didn't know what else goes on these tabs, so I made up a few parts. I assumed this multi-layered fold represented several floors, so I randomly chose to put something that's located up high, such as the Divinations classroom. Across here is a part I designed entirely myself, the Hogwarts Dungeons, where you'll find all the horrible things in Hogwarts like spiders, rats, dreadful cursed rooms, and Professor Snape. On the other side of the first section of the Marauder's Map, we see the very first section that Harry sees when he first gets the map from Fred and George. Supposedly he sees Dumbledore pacing in his office here, but this is not Dumbledore's office. Dumbledore's office is located around here somewhere, because as most of us know, it's that triple tiered tower at the top of the massive atrium. But that's called poetic license. This section I've partly designed myself. It's a replica from a navigation page on a Harry Potter website that no longer exists. The website was around during the time the third film came out, and its basis was the Marauder's Map. Different pages would lead you to different menus of the website, information, games, and special features. This was one of the pages I decided to copy and put on here. As you can probably tell, this is the Quidditch pitch. Now, to my knowledge, this doesn't actually appear on the actual prop in any of the films. It's another navigation page on that website that no longer exists. But when I saw it, I thought I really want to put it on this map because it looks awesome. Of course, drawing a perfect oval wasn't easy. Now, I think this section is a rough overview of the entire island where Hogwarts is located. You've got the castle there, where the Dark Forest is located. I love this idea of the entire forest being black and the labelling to be drawn in negative. That's really clever. This is the overall island and the ocean, or the Black Lake to be precise. I'm not entirely sure what these lines mean. I think they indicate different locations that lead off from the island, such as the train station and maybe Hogsmeade. There's the Whomping Willow there. Don't ask me what these symbols mean because I haven't the foggiest. Behold, the secret passageways in and out of Hogwarts. That's what this map was really created for. Here's the secret passageway to Hogsmeade. It says unexplored there for some reason. Secret passageway to the Dark Forest. Some of these I made up myself because I couldn't really see what they were, such as the Goblin's Corridor, Gargoyle Passageway. I think I made that one up. It was a Poltergeist Passageway. I made that one up. I love this one, the Detention Escape Route. That's brilliant. Now this, again, was my own idea. I decided that this middle section should flip up and reveal the access points to all the secret passageways. I thought it would be a good way of showing how to access each one and how they were hidden. On the other half of this middle section is a small complex in the northwest corner of the castle. This area used to lead out to Hagrid's hut before it was moved down to the lower hills in the third film. And what's even more interesting is that this complex is completely removed in the final two films and replaced with just a single tower. Now if I pull this apart, it'll reveal something interesting. That's what she said. the lower corridor where Harry almost encounters Peter Pettigrew. I really like this corridor being empty and the walls being filled with writing. That required my narrowest pen and really careful work. I don't know what a Room of Doom is, and frankly I don't want to know. Now I just had to put this on here because it's just too funny to leave out. Messrs Mooney, Wormtail, Padfoot and Prongs offer their compliments to Professor Snape and requested to keep his abnormally large nose out of other people's business. Now, I have displayed this map on my Deviant Art account. There's a link up there if you're interested. In fact, some people have actually asked me if I could print off and make a copy of the map for them. Well, in fact, several people have asked me. So what I've done is scan all the pages and uploaded them onto DeviantArt as individual prints. So if you're interested, you can click on my profile, find all the prints, download them and print them off. And I've also done a CGI instruction video on YouTube showing you how to put all the map together and how to cut it out. That's over here. It's completely free because Warner Brothers would skin me if it wasn't. And having mentioned that, there will be Warner Brothers watermarks on each of the prints, just to maintain the fact that I don't own this map, Warner Brothers does. Okay? Don't like it? Tough. I'm not getting done for fraud. You know what happens to frauds?
Hello.
Now some of you may ask, why don't I just buy the Marauder's Map from Noble Collection or Warner Brothers shop? Why would I download it from some dude on YouTube who spends all his time replicating movie props?
What an idiot.
Well, it's because some of my friends have bought the prop from Warner Brothers on Noble Collection and they say it's not very good. In fact, some people have said my version is better.
Why don't you prove it?
But it's entirely up to you guys. If you choose to print off my map and make it, I would recommend getting it printed at a professional print bureau like Office World, or, well, not Office World, doesn't exist anymore, Staples or something, because all of the prints are at least A3 size. Don't print them in A4 because the dimensions will be wrong, and pay very close attention to the CGI video. One mistake and the entire map might be ruined. Challenge! Everybody likes a challenge. You want a challenge? Okay, here's the challenge. Print off my map, put it together, and try and find my name. I've hidden my name somewhere on this map, and your job is to find it. If you find it, write it in the comments below, because I want to see if I'm good at hiding stuff. So there you have it, my replicated Marauder's Map from Harry Potter. It would be cool if it showed all the people walking around, but it doesn't. In fact, sat-navs already do that. And it doesn't disappear either. Mischief managed. Mischief managed. Mischief managed. Mischief managed! If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe as well if you will, it helps. And this is not the only video I have. There's a couple of videos around here that you might find interesting. Here is a music video that I did called the Hellmouth Engine. The Sao Feng map video over here, that's much more interesting than this one. A short CGI video that I did over here for my final major project called Amelioration. And the most popular video on my YouTube channel, Titanic, Death of a Titan. Check them out. Click them. Click them, or I'll kill ya! Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm meeting a friend in an hour to sneak into a rock concert. Bye!